Dalton, appreciate the time, man. Take me through, you lose Drew Lock, what that's like, and then still having an opportunity to win the game on your last possessions. Had to be kind of a wild swing of emotions for you guys.
Yeah, Troy, that's NFL football. You got to be prepared for guys to go down. It's a physical sport. Of course, we would have loved for Drew to stay in, but Driscoll came in, did a heck of a job for our team. He had confidence, was a leader out there, kept his composure, probably better than me at times. So really grateful for him and how he came in and stepped up. A lot of other guys stepped up as well. And, it was an emotional roller coaster. And, I just want to be able to finish these games better. I don't want to get done with the game and have a moral victory and say, we're right in there with the good teams. We're playing right with them. No, we need to finish those games. And we got to do better as an offensive line. That's for sure.
Next up, Andrew Mason.
You mentioned finishing. What do you think you guys kind of have to do to make sure that the momentum you build in situations like the second half when you have them on the run, make sure you carries you guys over the finish line?
It's tough. We're picking times of the game to play good as an offense. When the defense gets them stopped, we might go 3 and out. And then we finally get a touchdown in, and then the defense gets a touchdown scored on them. So as a team, we just got to bring it together. We got everyone on this team to make this thing, a championship team and get this baby rolling. So I know that we can be that way. We just got to grow as a team. We got to learn to finish better, man. And you're right. We got to ride that energy. We got to keep that energy going. But I feel like right now we're just trying to get all 3 phases of the game, special teams, offense, and defense, to work better together.
Next up, Woody and Mark.
Dalton, 17 hits, 7 sacks. How would you evaluate the play of the offensive line overall, since Driscoll got both Driscoll and Drew got a lot of wounds during the course of the day?
Well, we knew this defense was good. You already said it, 7 sacks, 17 hits. That's not good. Haven't watched the film yet, but that pisses me off. I don't like that you even said that. It infuriates me. And we got to do better as an offensive line to not let that happen. I don't care if they brought the house every single play, but, that's upsetting. So we got to be better than that.
Next up, Mark Isla.
I know it's next man up, but is this next level next man up? I mean, it seems like every time you turn around, somebody else is getting hurt.
It's a different year, everybody. You coming out of this COVID and this long off season, and there's going to be more injuries this year. I think we all knew that. When you have that much of a break and you don't have guys getting in there for OTAs and you're doing that virtually, camp's a little bit shorter, you don't have preseason games, it's going to be a banged up year. So, yes, it is next level of man up. We got, guys going out, people dropping like flies, but at the same time, that's why it's professional football. We got to continue to work each and every week, no matter who's in that game, man.
Okay, Dalton, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Justin, 2 one-possession losses. As a leader on this team, how do you keep this from snowballing in the locker room?
That's a good question. We're a couple plays away, and we got to make those plays. Talking about leadership, guys that are leaders on this team got to find ways to make those plays so that we can have, the outcome that we want. It doesn't matter how ugly a game is as long as you find a way to win. And that's the biggest thing, right? And so you got to put it on the leaders of the team to find ways to close out games like that and make the plays where they need to be made. And that's the biggest takeaway from it.
Next up, Andrew.
Justin, speaking of leadership, on a day like today where Michael Ojemudia having a tough day, what do you do to kind of, as a leader, to try to kind of help him out, help him stay on the right path, knowing that, hey, everybody's been through something like this before?
It's the NFL. Week in and week out, you're going to have a tough assignment. Guys get paid across the league. On offense, they get paid the same. You got to find ways to make the plays when they come to you. And you got to find ways to impact the game. That, like you said, you're going to give up some plays. It's the NFL. So I was telling them on the sideline, man, you don't have to be anybody but OJ. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to go out here and make anything amazing. Just make the plays that are coming to you that need to be made. And that's just part of the game. Games like today happen. And so that's our job in the back end, myself, Kareem, to make sure that, we're doing everything we can throughout the week to make sure we're preparing the right way. It's never on just one guy. It's a whole defensive effort. We could have done a better job defensively of helping OJ out in some situations. And so that's pretty much the message for him.
Hey, guys, we got time for 3 more. Arnie, Eric, then Michael Spencer. Go ahead, Arnie.
Hey, Justin, I know we talk about how you can learn a lot from a loss, but I'm wondering, how do you keep your heads up when, you know, the MO is the same, you know, you just don't close it out at the end? Do you focus on the positivity, the good stuff that happened, or do you harp on the things that didn't go right?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to harp on the things that didn't go right. There are a lot of good stuff, right, but just as much bad. You know, the saying is like, when you win, kind of minimizes some things, when you lose, it maximizes it. So obviously with another loss, you know, like I said, there's probably about 3 or 4 plays in there really would have changed the outcome of the game. And, you know, we didn't play great in the first half. I'm just speaking defensively. You know, a little lackadaisical, came out in the second half, did a better job, but still, you know, some plays that we left out there. So defensively, we got to do, you know, we just got to do a little bit more. We were tied, and I think we were tied in the, well, you know, they had the 4th down stop, so they were +1, I think, but tied +1 in the turnovers. You know, defensively, we just got to find a way to get another takeaway, man. We got to get our offense in better field position, especially knowing they're going against a good defense as well. So, I mean, those are the things that I'm thinking about. You know, I'm starting to ramble, but those are the things that I'm thinking about, you know, talking about fixing some things and harping on the things that that made us lose.
Last 2, Eric, then Michael.
Yeah, Justin, when Drew goes down and Jeff goes in and the offense struggles at first, is there pressure to be perfect defensively there to make sure you don't give up any points? And if so, how does that pressure maybe impact a guy like Michael or somebody else on the back end, or you drop an interception, whoever it might be?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say pressure. You know, we know as a defense, we got a pretty good squad on our side of the ball, and we know, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come down to us trying to make a play in order to win the football game. And that's not a knock on anyone else. That's just the attitude that we take the field with. It's like, when we're out here, man, it's on us and we got to win. And that was the case in a lot of situations today, and we didn't find ways to win the game. I thought, you know, I'm no offensive guy, but I thought Jeff came in and did a great job rallying the guys, moving the football. It's on us defensively, man. We got to find ways, and we made a couple plays. We got to find ways to make just 1 or 2 more plays to really close it out. Yeah.
Last one, Michael.
Justin, can you take us through the interception? And I know 2 turnovers today for you guys that you forced. That was such a big talking point in the offseason. Is that at least something positive to take away?
Yeah, I think last year it took 4 games maybe for our first sack or takeaway. And we had our chances, you know, the week prior on hands on a couple balls. We obviously got a couple today, but it's just a point of emphasis, and just goes to show you how important it is. Like I said, I think they were +1, and, you know, they ended up winning the game. So defensively, man, we can find a way to get some takeaways and take the football away, put our offense in shorter field position, get some momentum going in that aspect. You know, we'll win a lot more than we lose, regardless of how everything else plays out. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, defensively, we got to be able to own up and take the mantle on trying to get the ball, you know, more often for our offense on some shorter field situations.
Hey, Noah, kind of quiet first half. What changed that allowed you to have the success you did in the second half?
You know, I think I just got some targets, you know. Obviously, the first half was slow. I got to look back at the film and see maybe something I was doing, you know, to not have those targets. But second half, got some targets going and was able to, you know, make some plays. So kind of a vice versa last game. But, you know, that's part of the NFL, and that, you know, I'll figure those things out.
Next up, Ryan Allen.
Hey, Noah, can you take us through the touchdown?
You said take you through the touchdown?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so, I mean, we had a, you know, concept over that side that put me to the corner. They zoned it off over there. And, you know, I was able to slide through. Jeff put up a great ball and, you know, delivered a good ball, and I was able to score. So that was a great play for us, great protection all the way through. So, you know, we definitely have the ability to put the ball in the end zone, but we have to do that more consistently. So
Next up, Mike Kliss.
You know, I think most Bronco fans thought you were dead when Drew went down, and then you were down a couple times by 2 touchdowns. What were you guys saying to each other as, you know, Driscoll went into the game? And things did look bleak, yet you were able to battle back.
Yeah, I mean, we try to have the next man up mentality. We have a lot of guys hurt right now, but we're going to come back from that. And it's the next man up. And I think especially coming from last year, also we have a very resilient team coming with different QBs and things like that. So we were able to adjust. Jeff came in and did a great job, and we were able to play and have a chance to win at the end of the game, which was something that we were planning on the whole time and trying to grind it out and dig out of a hole that we dug ourselves into the first half. So
Next to Woody, then Mark Kisler.
No, were you primary, secondary, or just one of the options on that fourth down play? Could you see what was breaking down?
The last play.
Yeah.
The fourth down. Yeah. So I was kind of a secondary option. We were rubbing for a couple different other guys, and that comes with the territory, right? You can't go to one guy every play. I think if we were in a good position to convert, we just got to make those plays, though, right? We have a young offense. We have young guys. And, I think that we'll get there. And, it's our job to go back and watch that film and see exactly what we did wrong so that we get put in that situation again, we convert those.
Mark and Andrew.
Talk about the big catch you made that put you in a position toward the end there that they challenged. You're trying to get ball control. You're trying to get your feet in.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you just trying to make a play? I mean, how do you process all that at the same time, or you just go for the ball and go on an instinct?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to think about. Obviously, when I'm running down there, I'm not thinking about, okay, all these things at once. It's just going off of, what you do in practice every day, what's your instincts like you were talking about. I think it was a great ball by Jeff. It was starting to get undercut by the DB out there, so he put a great ball high and outside with some heat on it. So I was trying to, corral the ball in and get my feet in at the same time, which ended up working out. I probably had like a centimeter of space on that sideline. So
Next up, Andrew.
Obviously, in the moment, it's tough to lose, but without Drew.
Sorry,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, Andrew.
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, tough to lose in the moment, but no Drew, no Phil, no Cortland, no Vaughn on the other side. You guys battle back, have a chance to win at the end. What does that say about the character of this team and what it can do going forward?
Yeah, like I was saying before, I think we have a very resilient team. I think we have guys that are going to fight. They're going to fight to the end, and we're going to, those guys. It sucks that those guys are out, right? We obviously don't want those guys hurt. They would help us a lot right now, but we just got to keep pressing forward. And it's one of those things where we just got to get with the guys we got and try to score the ball and try to stop teams. So I think that says a lot about our team that. To stay with a great Pittsburgh team, but obviously not good enough and not what we want in a loss. So,
Last two, Troy, then Artie.
You guys kind of saw how this unfolded last year when you open 0-3, you end up climbing uphill for the both. You almost got back into it. You return Tampa, Tom Brady, but with fans, does that give you maybe a little extra spark going into a week, knowing you're gonna have some fans, knowing you're going against Tom Brady?
Obviously that's going to be cool. From my perspective, Gronk's one of the greatest tight ends, and you get to compete with him a little bit from the offensive side. So I think that's going to be cool. All that being said, we don't try to look back into the last year, especially, we have a pretty different team right now. We have a lot of young guys, added more young guys. And we got, like I said before, we got guys that are going to fight and keep pressing. So, hopefully, we can come out of that game with a win. That's what we're going to prepare for this week. That's what we're going to try to do. And, that's all we can do right at this point.
Last one, Artie.
Hey, Noah, how do you think that Jeff Driscoll handled things? Obviously, he's not getting very many snaps with the ones in the practice. And then if you do have to ride with him for a little while, how do you guys think you guys will respond?
Yeah, I think Jeff responded very well. Coming in, like you said, he was thrown into the fire pretty quickly. Obviously he's an experienced quarterback. He's got some years under his belt. So I think he did a great job. I think he delivered the ball well. He took some hits back there, but, got back up. He's a very tough guy. So I have much respect for him. And I think if Drew's going to be out, I think he's a great guy for us to rally around. Obviously we want Drew back, but I think Jeff can do a great job. So.
Sure. Hey, Michael, can you take us through the long touchdown and what your technique was and how you got open?
Yeah, basically, I just had him the whole play, and running shot for shot in the last moment, gained a little separation. So I just got to be better, even before the play, just knowing what they like to do.
Next up, Mike Liss.
Yeah, Michael, do you think this was a welcome to the NFL type of game for you? I mean, there were a couple plays out there where it looked like Big Ben was even picking on you there.
Yeah, I definitely think this is one game that I can improve on. There's a lot of plays for me out there, and my name was asked to be called a lot through this game. So, it's going to be a long season. I got to be better, and I will be better.
Next up, Mark Kidsler.
It happens to every young corner in the NFL. You know that coming into this league. Does it make it any easier to deal with a game like today because you know that 100 guys have gone through it before and 100 guys will go through it after you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one to swallow, but, this is a game that you definitely build off of. And, corners have short-term memory, but you put this at the back of your head so that you can build off of it and not let it happen again. So it's definitely a learning moment, but it's definitely something that a lot of people have to go through and they build on.
Time for a few more. Next up, Andrew.
Michael, notice some of your teammates kind of coming up to you, kind of picking you up a little bit. What were they telling you to kind of keep your chin up after getting beat like that?
Yeah, all of them, they all have my back. So they're telling me, we got you. Do what you do to get that got you here. You're a playmaker. We got your back. So, just keep playing, man, because stuff like that happens throughout the game. But the way you bounce back is what defines you.
Last two, Brandon and Arnie.
Michael, when you're banged up in camp, are you thinking, hey, I'll be out there starting week 1, week 2? What was going through your head then? And I guess fast forward us to now.
During camp, you're just staying ready, man, because your name could be called in any given week. So, just staying ready and improving was my mindset during camp. And, you kind of see today that, anybody could be on the field. So just staying ready was my mindset during camp.
Last one, Artie.
Michael, I know it may sound strange, but are you glad you got Tom Brady right away here to bounce back?
Definitely, it's definitely a good opportunity. And I'm really blessed to be in the opportunity I was right now. So, like I said, I got to be better and I will be better. So next week's another opportunity to show myself.
Okay, Michael. Guys, I appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.